obviously that wasn't the results you were looking for. I guess, is there a positive in the fact that you took it down to your final shot and you did have a chance to either tie or maybe even win if you got the right bounce?
Yeah, not really the shot I was expecting to have a chance to tie it, but that's just kind of the way that end went, and nothing seemed to really go our way in that end. So, I mean, that's the only shot I really had for the chance to tie, but it was kind of a Hail Mary and it just didn't work.
I guess your reaction then, runner up for a second time, again, close, just not quite.
Yeah, it's disappointing because, we've been here before and, you don't know when you're ever going to get back. And, it was 6 years for us and you don't know when, and so to lose it in the final is tough for sure. And, we want to win this so bad and we love the game and we try so hard at it. And I feel like we work really hard day in and day night at night. And, just coming a wee bit short is tough.
Can you talk a little bit about playing in front of friends and family this week in the biggest event of your year?
Yeah, it's so exciting. When we heard that some fans were allowed to come in, we were just so excited to have them. And, Thunder Bay has been looking forward to this for a couple years now. So, to allow a few fans in, to have them cheering, I mean, I don't know how many people were here, but it felt like it was a full arena and it was super fun playing in front of, some of our family and friends. And, it's exciting when you get to do that. So, I'm very thankful for the fact that it was here in Thunder Bay and we got the opportunity to play in the final. I mean, that's just what everybody wants, what every curler wants. They want to be in that Scotties final. So I'm happy for that.
You were down 6-2, Krista. You made a game of it. So talk about your mindset when you were down those 4 against a really excellent team.
Yeah, well, we've been in that position before. We've been down and we are known as the comeback kings and queens, so we knew that we had to battle hard and we weren't giving up. And that's what we said coming in, like we don't give up. We battle and we do the best we can. And everyone out there is shooting the best that they can. And everyone's trying really hard. And, when you go down like that, you have to make really good shots and you have to hope for the other team to miss some of their shots. And they played really well. They didn't miss too much. And, unfortunately we didn't make, a few key ones that we needed. And, that's curling though. But yeah, I mean, kudos to them. They played really well that game.
Krista, will take you a while to digest this one here.
Yeah, of course. Again, like I said, like you don't know when you're ever going to get back here, if you're ever going to get back to the final. And, that's what's the hard part is that, you just want to be back here. You want to have that opportunity to win the final. And you just don't know when it's ever going to happen again. Because, I mean, when you look at our Canadian curlers, we have such amazing Canadian curlers. So you just don't ever know. But we're hopeful and, we love curling. We love our game and we're going to keep working at it.
Hey, Krista, I just want to say earlier this week, I think you had even said something like, no one would have predicted maybe the teams that are going to be in the 1 versus 2. And I was just curious, like you've been here before, but we saw some new faces in the playoffs this year. And what do you think that says about sort of the state of, or the talent of curling across Canada overall?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you get to the Scotties stage, like anything can happen. Like all the teams have won their province and, they are representing their province and it's because they're a great team. And I don't think there's any team here that you could ever play and feel like, oh, this is a win, because every single team has earned their spot and are great curlers. And that's the exciting part about curling. Like, look at Andrea Crawford. She's never made the playoffs and look at the amazing year she had this year. So, coming to the Scotties, you're playing really great teams this year, 18 great teams here. So you just never know.
Yeah, Krista, you talked a little bit earlier about 2016. I'm just curious, what about this experience making it to this final is different this time around? And how does it maybe speak to how your team has grown in the years since then?
Yeah, we've definitely grown. I mean, we know each other so well now. And, And, you know, the first year that we got to the final in 2016, that was our first year curling together. So, I mean, it gave us a really good boost, and, you know, we were super excited to be in that final. But I think this year we almost just expected ourselves to be there. We expect to win because we know what good curlers we are and we know how hard we work. So, you know, it's more of an expectation now, not just, oh, I'm so happy that I'm here. It's, you know, we know we work hard enough to be here.
First of all, the feeling, what's going through your mind right now? You're one of an elite group of curlers that's won 3 consecutive all week. You folks talked about you weren't thinking about it, playing one game at a time, but now that you've won it, what's the feeling?
Oh, it feels absolutely amazing. To win once is really hard. To do it 3 times back to back to back is extremely hard. And I'm so proud of my teammates. They have been unreal all week, and they definitely made my job easy.
Can you describe, they're that long? I think they took 2 minutes before their first shot, and then there's another long wait in their last shot, understandably. What was that wait? Was that in, like, seemed like forever, that long wait for them to make that shot?
Yes, it did. Yeah. We kept looking at each other. We're like, I don't know.
Can we breathe yet? Was there something? Yeah, and she was very close, very, very close.
So just describe what went through your mind while you're waiting, Kerri. Were you thinking about something else? Were you thinking about the options? What were you thinking about?
Yeah, we were just running through what she might have, and we chatted during the timeout. We were chatting with Reed, and yeah, we were just hoping we did the right things on Kerri's, and yeah, it worked out.
It's hard enough to win one of these things. You've now won 3. And it seems that you're only getting stronger with every year. What is it about this tournament and going through this process year over year that's allowing you guys to play your best curling?
I think, well, for this year, we got off to a bit of a rough start, and then a little disappointed with the trials, and we just kind of regrouped and said, let's go out there and embrace being Team Canada and just enjoy it. And that's what we did, and we just kept things light, and that's when we play our best, is when we keep things light and joke around. And Reed's been a great addition to our team, and he's definitely helped with that.
And you talked about all week. You knew what was at stake, but it was a matter of staying in the present. Easier said than done, I imagine. What allowed you guys to stay in the present and not think too far ahead? Because there were some times where, you know, especially when you lost to Crawford the first time and you're facing elimination, how do you keep it light and stay in the present without thinking about, you know, what you just achieved?
Well, we knew that we were playing well. Every single game we played really, really good. And we just weren't as sharp in that game. We just knew that we had to just come out and be sharper. And when our backs are against the wall, that's when we fight the hardest.
Kerri, the McCarville team has a bit of a reputation as late game closers. They've managed to steal quite a few games over the last few years in the final ends. Was that weighing on your mind at all in the 10th end? And did that change how you approached that last end?
Well, to be honest, the last few years have been pretty dramatic. So I was like, oh boy, I'm like, Kerri, just don't throw it through the house. Kerri, just don't flash. But they're an unreal team, and they make a ton of shots, and we knew that we had to make all of our shots to come out with a win, and that's what we did.
And throughout most of the last week or so, you guys played in front of an empty building. What was it like from Friday onwards to have a limited number of fans, especially tonight when they were so clearly cheering for one team?
Yeah, we were ready for that. We love having the fans back, and you know, we missed the buzz of the building, and we knew that they'd be on their side, but they were cheering for good shots out there. And we had some family here. My mom flew out, and the girls' family could drive here, so I think that was really good to see our families in the stands, and something we were definitely missing last year. So to share that with them is really special. But yeah, I mean, we were prepared for it, and we knew we could just use it, you know, any way that we could, and we knew how to manage it.
And our family finally got to wear all their Canada gear.
Yeah.
Kerri, will it mean to go to Prince George? 2 years ago, you guys went there, couldn't play, but now you're going back to play. So what will it mean to finally for full circle type thing?
When I found out that I was in Prince George, I was like, I want to get back there. I'm like, girls, we need to get back there and play in Canada at the Worlds. And hopefully there'll be fans. And yeah, it was pretty disappointing when we weren't able to compete last time. So we're excited to get back there and play on the world stage.
And what does it mean to join the likes of Jennifer Jones, Colleen Jones, and Vera Pezzer as the only teams to win 3 in a row?
Wow, they're amazing, amazing curlers and athletes. So to be in the same as that, it's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just wanted to wish all the Canadian teams good luck over at the Olympics. We'll be rooting for you.
Yes, we're cheering hard.
You've now done this 3 years in a row. I'm curious, how does this experience this week, this final, compare to the last 2 years? Do you think the team's gotten better every year? Like, how does it feel?
I think we've been growing, and every year it feels a little bit better, and this win feels just as special and awesome as the other two, and we're just so grateful to be on this team and have each other, and it's just really cool.
Yeah.
Now you're going to get to go to, another world championship, this time getting to go to Prince George. I'm curious, how does that feel compared to, you had the opportunity last year. I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on getting, another crack at a world championship?
I think we're really excited. We're going to know exactly what it's like going into it. I think we're not going to be as nervous, and we'll have the experience of last year to carry forward into this year. And we're really excited to go back to Prince George. That was where our first Worlds was supposed to be when unfortunately it got canceled. So I think we're really excited to go back there, and hopefully we'll have fans in the building to be the home team.
Guys, I just wanted to ask, obviously incredible achievement to do 3 in a row, but to me it seems even more notable given that the last two of these have occurred in conditions that for training and playing, and the normal tour is obviously less than optimal and somewhat unpredictable. And so I'm just curious about what about this team, or what about your process has kind of enabled you to hold that success through all the ups and downs of the pandemic?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's been tough. It hasn't been normal for a long time for us, and it was really nice that we actually got to have a little bit of fans in the closing weekend here, because we do miss fans and getting those big cheers and just having that atmosphere in the building. So that was really cool to get that in the last bit here. But yeah, I don't know. We've just found a way to do it, even though it's hard, and I don't know how we did it.
Shannon, last year in this very press conference, I asked you what it felt like to have won the Scotties in your first 3 visits to the event. Now you've done it 4 times in a row, and then Briane chimed in that she had won her first 2. So I'm going to ask Shannon, what does it feel like to have gone 4 for 4 now, and then Briane, if you can talk about being 3 for 3.
It's just unbelievable. It's just an incredible privilege to be a part of this team, and I couldn't do it without them. So I'm just so fortunate to have them as my teammates, and it's unbelievable. There's no way I would have thought this was going to happen in my lifetime. 4 Scotties wins is amazing through any lifetime. To have done it every time I've gone is just unbelievable to me, and I think we just gotta keep going for more now.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. It was crazy to even think today that we had the chance to win 3, never mind 3 in a row. So I feel the exact same way as Shannon. Just so lucky to be on a team that can compete like this and get ourselves in those big games, and it's just awesome.